Honolulu fire investigators say a fire that killed two elderly people in Makiki last week was accidental. Investigators found the fire started from an unattended portable cooking burner in a makeshift cooking area on a porch. Total damage is estimated at $543,000. A 77-year-old man and a 76-year-old woman died in the fire at the Spencer Street home. The Honolulu Fire Department says the home did not have smoke alarms.
In Kaneohe, the owner of T-Home says thieves broke into a store and stole more than $3,000 in cash and equipment, including iPads. The owner says the incident happened around 1:30 Friday morning. In the surveillance footage, you can see a man in a black hoodie opening the door while a woman follows him inside. Once inside, the man opens the door to the back and the pair searches through cabinets and drawers by the front counter. After being burglarized for the first time, the owner is now looking into increasing security at his business.
I got a new alarm, everything. So I changed my key, door lock, everything. So maybe I need to put a more security camera from the outside too. I can see the license number or something different.
Chang says the suspects arrived in a blue Honda CR-V, but he couldn't see the license plate. If you have any information about this incident, contact Honolulu Police.
State narcotics enforcement crews today raided a cannabis kiosk in Waikiki. Public Safety Department crews executed the search warrant about 10:30 this morning at Cannabis Cove on Dukes Lane. Agents also arrested a 60-year-old man on suspicion of second-degree promoting a detrimental drug. He's since been released pending investigation. The state says businesses that are involved in the cannabis industry must make sure their activities comply with the law.
On Kauai tonight, police are investigating the suspicious death of a 52-year-old Kapa'a resident. On Friday night, officers responded to a report of an unconscious man with multiple injuries in the area of North Kealia Beach. The man, identified as John Diaz, was transported to Wilcox Memorial Center, where he later died. KPD arrested two people in connection to his death: Carl Tondavold, who's from Nebraska, and Christy Selvage of Kapa'a. Selvage was later released pending further investigation, but Tondavold remains in custody. Detectives are actively investigating this case and are asking anyone with information to call dispatch at the number on your screen.
This new at 6, we now know the name of the man who died in a crash on Saturday in Salt Lake. The Honolulu Medical Examiner identified him as 61-year-old William Mahari. Honolulu police say Mahari accidentally put a tow truck into reverse while trying to tow a parked car. He ran into the curb, fell out of the door, and became pinned between the tow truck and the vehicle being towed. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition and later died from his injuries. This marks Oahu's 12th traffic fatality this year.
On the Big Island, the victim in Sunday night's fatal collision in Pahoa has been identified as 41-year-old John Kraus of Hilo. Kraus was driving along Highway 137 near McKenzie State Recreation Area when he veered off the road into an embankment and struck a tree. He was taken to Hilo Medical Center, where he later died from his injuries. Police believe speed and inattention were factors in this crash. 3 people are recovering tonight following a multi-vehicle collision this morning near Daniel K. Inouye International Airport. Emergency medical services responded around 10 o'clock to the intersection at North Nimitz Highway and Rogers Boulevard. An 88-year-old man was taken to the hospital in serious condition, while an 81-year-old woman and a 57-year-old woman were taken in stable condition. A 4th person involved in the collision declined transport. No word yet on what led up to this crash.
On Maui, police need your help finding a stolen armored Humvee. Take a look. Police say someone stole a Humvee that looks just like this one from the National Guard Armory off of Maui Veterans Highway. It happened sometime between 6 on Monday night and 5:30 this morning. The Humvee is camouflage in color and has E09 painted on the front bumper. Anyone with any information is asked to call Maui Police.
Honolulu firefighters rescued an 18-year-old man this morning who had been stranded on Castle Trail in Hauula overnight. HFD says the man started hiking at noon yesterday and later called 911 for help when it got too dark to get back out. Crews tried to make an air rescue but had to call it off around 7:30 due to bad weather. The hiker was airlifted safely to a landing zone around 7:15 this morning. No injuries were reported.